We're here in front of the State House with Marty Lamb, who was the candidate in the 3rd District here in Massachusetts. Marty, what brings you down here today?
I'm standing here in support of Governor Walker and the taxpayers and people of Wisconsin.
Now, the nationwide polls so far show Walker with 48 favorability versus 37, I believe, for the Union. Do you think that that's a bad sign for the groups in Wisconsin that are protesting?
I think it's a bad sign for the groups in Wisconsin protesting that they're fighting an uphill battle against the people. The people can no longer afford to pay the coercions of the public sector unions, and the unions have to give in this case.
Now, we've seen some interesting tactics in Wisconsin. We've had legislatures leave the state. We've had doctors giving out the various notes for people. From what I've seen, the tactics haven't gone over too well with people. What do you think?
Well, as far as doctors writing notes to people without examining them, saying, oh, you're sick, you're excused from work, that's just fraud to get out of the laws that say that prohibit public sector union employees to strike. So it's an illegal strike, and I think everybody that's participating, the doctors should lose their licenses, the teachers should be fired.
Now, there's been a good sign in terms of both here and in Wisconsin. There hasn't been, there's been some loud words, but there hasn't been any violence or real trouble. Are you encouraged by that?
I am encouraged, but right here, a little before you got here, a group of the union thugs from across the street came over here pushing and shoving, and one of them knocked me to the ground.
I wasn't aware of that.
There were a few film cameras here. I don't know if it will make any news, but they were just intimidating.
Maybe they were on the Coakley camera.
Sorry.
They could.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. And you say there were people who got that on film?
Yes, there were some cameras there. I don't know who they were. Maybe we'll see it out there. These are, I need to make note, it was not the teacher union that was doing the shoving and pushing. It's the paid union guys that are here that have been signing in on the clipboards that are getting paid to come here and intimidate.
Now, how do you think this is all going to end in Wisconsin? Do you think Governor Walker's going to win? Do you think the unions are going to win? Do you think there'll be a compromise?
I think the more that the Democratic Senate stays out of state and pull this, the more the unions take over and refuse to remove themselves from the State House from an illegal sit-in. I think that the governor should have more resolve to go forward with what the people voted him in for.
Marty Lamb, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Pete, as always.